Alright, so good afternoon everyone. Know me yet? I'm John Dave Abrera and today we're going to talk about moral virtue and Mesotes. So, according to Aristotle, developing practical wisdom involves learning from experiences. Mesotes is somewhere in between the words deficiency or imbalanced. As stated by Aristotle, developing a practical wisdom involves learning from experiences, which means that knowledge is not inherent to a person. Knowing the right thing to do when one is confronted by a choice is never an easy thing. One needs to develop this knowledge by exercising the faculty of practical reason in his or her daily life. In attaining practical wisdom, he or she may initially make mistakes on how reason is applied to a particular moral choice or action, but through these mistakes, he or she will be able to sustain practical wisdom to help stability to determine what are the considered morally right choices and actions. So, in other words, moral virtue is the ability to mature and grow in our own capacity of knowing what to do and living a morally upright life. However, when practical wisdom guides the conduct of morally right choices and actions, what does it identify as the proper and right thing to do so? As maintained by Aristotle, it has to be the middle measure of an action, feeling, or passion. Nothing is lacking or too much from an act that is morally good. A morally virtuous person is concerned with achieving his or her appropriate action in a manner that is neither excessive nor deficient. And another thing to remember is that the rightness or wrongness of feelings, passions, and abilities lies in the degree of action in a given situation, not in the person itself. It means that a thing is right or wrong depending on the degree of its application, and it varies from a case to case basis. This person targets the mesotes, which means that the task of being moral involves seriously looking into the understanding a situation and assessing properly every particular detail relevant to the determination of the mean. Mesotes determine whether the act that is being applied is not excessive or deficient. So, Aristotle's discussion ultimately leads to defining what exactly moral virtue is. And according to Aristotle, there is no good in something that is already a bad act. Meaning na ang tinutukoy ni Aristotle na middle ay still in the good manner of doing an action. Excuse me. So for the conclusion, take this table as an example. So when we say excess, it simply means too much. And as for the word deficiency, it means that something is deficient or lacking. For example, think about the word impulsiveness. When we say impulsive, when we say a person is impulsive, ito yung gumagawa siya ng desisyon ng hindi masyado nag-iisip. When we say indecisiveness naman or indecisive, ito naman hindi tayo makagawa ng desisyon. So, in the middle of those two words, we have the word self-control, which means nakakagawa tayo ng desisyon ng maayos. In other words, one can always be excessive in their actions, but an action that is virtuous cannot go beyond the middle. So, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.